We went to see a massive plot of land that we were going to build a koi farm on.
So let's have a little look at the growing show fish for our event on the 13th of September. These are some that I am keeping back to grow on, and you can sort of see why.
This pond is going to be amazing once that water quality kicks in and sorts it out.
The shot looks like a bomb, did it? You can actually see what I'm trying to do now. So each pond is equal.
Everything we do and we can do is because of the support of you lot. Welcome back to My Boys Koi. So this week has been absolutely crazy. We went to see a massive plot of land that we were going to build a koi farm on. We've also got the growing show coming up. The pond behind me is looking fantastic. There's been so much going on, and then blood vessels in my left eye have gone again. Whoever's like, yeah, you might have got to know that for some reason my left eye balloons up and goes bloodshot. Now, I'm going to assume it's to do with stress. It might be, I don't know. So I'm going to get into this video. I'm going to tell you about the growing show. I'm going to tell you about the land and what happened with that. And we're going to show you some fish as well, but how amazing do they look in that pond behind me. So we're in my little shed, which I am going to clad and make all nice at some point. I've been meaning to for a while, but to be honest, it's so functional. Photographing fish in this shed makes life so much easier, even though it is like an old coal shed and it's a bit rough in here. Photographing the fish is great. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the land, then we're going to get on with showing you some of the growing show fish and some of my personal grow-on fish as well, which are going to be growing on for the next few months. So we're going to get a lot of fish content in this. But the land, so it wasn't on the cards, we wasn't looking, we seen a plot of land. It was 15 minutes away, 15 minutes drive away, up a mountain. Everything around here is up a mountain. It was obtainable for us. We thought we can get that money, we can buy that land. It was 7 acres. It had an outbuilding already on it. It had no neighbours really, not too close. We can get that. We can put a polytunnel on there, or a couple of polytunnels. We can have some alpaca, what Becky wants. Might get a log cabin or two to rent out. It's got to be amazing. So we rang the estate agents. They told us someone's already put an offer in just below the asking, and it's been rejected. So I said, oh, let's not mess about with this. We'll offer full asking price. To turn out that there's an overage clause on the land. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what an overage clause is, I thought it was just something that greedy people done to stop you being able to build on the land. On this particular piece of land, there was a 35% overage clause on it. What that means is if you ever get planning permission, and say the land was 100,000, you got planning permission, now it's worth $1 million, you would have to pay £350,000 in this case to the original landowner, which would be the person we were buying it from. It turns out that a lot of farmers do this when they're selling the land, so you cannot build houses and destroy the farmland. But it also meant that we cannot do anything with the land without having to pay the farmer every single time we have planning permission for 30 years. So essentially, there was a few reasons why we didn't end up going for it, but that was one of the big ones, and it really did. Like, it felt like I got kicked in the guts, if I'm totally honest. It was so close. We were doing it. We were going for it. It was so close.
So let's have a little look at the growing show fish for our event on the 13th of September at our shop in Corwin, North Wales, LL21. The event starts at 10 AM. Tickets are on the website at £95. For £95, you don't just get a fish, you get some free gifts to go along with it, like we do at every event. The events have been great. Always a good turnout. Really good day. So in this bowl we've got some Arigoki, so Takatatsu, the breeder, Arigoki Gimrin Kamonru, these are the white and black ones. Absolutely incredible, look at that. They're beautiful, really are. So unique. And then we've got the Kawakami Achiever again, look at the body on that. Fantastic fish, Fukurin is amazing. We've also got Gimrin ones as well. Absolutely beautiful fish, £95, and it's a fantastic day. Tickets are available for that on myboyskoi.com. And as I say, it's always a good day, always a good laugh. Hope you all get behind that and we have a great day. There is limited numbers on that because the shop is small, so we don't oversell it. So if you are interested, get on to myboyskoi.com and grab your ticket for that. In this bowl, we've got some fish that are probably going to make the auction. So we've got some Gimrin Goshki from Kawakami again. And we've also got two Deutsch Kahaku again from Kawakami. they're all just like acting very perfect. There's not even sedate in that bowl. And then down here, these are some that I have keeping back to grow on, and you can sort of see why. These were Kobayashi, Shiro, Gimlin Shiro, and to be fair, some of them were doing amazingly well growing. They wasn't even on heat. They just been growing, getting fed twice a day, and they're doing quite well. So I'm going to keep some back to grow on, because I do enjoy doing that myself. And some of the Takatatu ones that were just a little bit too big or too small to go into the growing show, again, just holding a few back to get some size on myself and have a bit of a play around with them, because I am a massive fan of these and I'm quite interested to see what they end up doing. And then the couple of Deutsche Kahaku, I don't know what I'm doing with them, but they can stay in the growing for the minute. With the others, let's just see some of them. Look at that. That's amazing. So some fantastic fish in there as well. So it's a little look at what I've got going on here. I have got more in there that I didn't catch up in the growing. It's not really growing, it's just a pond in the shed, but it really stays warm in the shed. So when I do turn the heater on in here, it's very easy to keep the temperature up. So it's not a massive body of water, about 2,000 litres. But you can get a little bit of size on them without pushing it too hard. I don't overly feed them. I don't ramp the heat up crazy high. Get it at 24, feed them 3 times a day. And they do put size and weight on. It's just a natural thing. They want to eat. They want to grow. I'm not really on the 10 times a day feeding. Nothing wrong with that. But as I say, I do it slow and steady, and I get some size and body on them. So right now I have got the very long and tedious task of photographing each individual fish. Now the idea is to get a nice straight picture. So see the way that's there, perfectly straight, fins out both sides. It takes a bit of time. There's a little drop of anaesthetic in the bowl, in this bowl, that helps them relax in the fresh water in that bowl. And you can see this bowl's a bit murky because there's so many fish in it. This one is nice and clear. It all does help, but it does take time and patience to get the right fish. Sometimes you can, the right picture, sometimes you can take many pictures before the fish is nice and straight and still. I managed to get 14 fish out of the 22 photographed. My battery has got about 5% left, so I thought I'll do a quick video and carry on taking the rest of the pictures tomorrow. This pond is going to be amazing once that water clarity kicks in and sorts it out, but there is pumice in there, and that makes the water go a bit white. It takes a little bit of time. UV on, it'll sort it all out. Regarding the land, we're not actively looking for land. We're not actively looking to start building a koi farm. This land was 15 minutes away from our house. It was 7 acres. It looked like it was just meant to be. It really did for a minute. They said there was water on the land. There wasn't the water on the land, so it was another 12.5 grand to put a borehole in. About 15 grand to put overhead electricity in. So there was lots of downsides to it, a lot of money, and money that, you know, would have really broke us to find, to be honest. By the time it was all said and done, it was a few $100,000. So it was a nice dream, and I'm sure we'll get there one day, you know. We'll see what happens, see what comes up next. That obviously wasn't meant to be. There was so many things that just got in the way of stopping that happening. So you've just sometimes got to go with what the universe tells you, and that wasn't for us. So we'll move on. Next thing, we'll see what happens. But we are actively growing all the time. We're actively doing the next project. There's so much going on in the background that we don't talk about because I've been bitten in the past by talking about stuff. I'm only mentioning the land now because it's not happening. Otherwise, if it was happening, you probably wouldn't have found out for 6 or 12 months or longer. I am having to keep my cards close to my chest these days in order to protect the business and protect me. And, you know, I don't like saying something that doesn't come to fruition either. So a little bit disappointed, but I'm sure there'll be another plot eventually. And I'm sure that koi farm will get built one day. The shop looks like a bomb, did it? This pond's ripped out. I've bought a load of timber. I say bought, not brought. I've bought a load of timber. I do notice a lot of people say brought. And I've been chopping it down to make this pond into 3. I need to get rid of all this mouldy wood. I haven't got the trailer with me. I'm not putting that in my car. So I'm just going to move it to one side and start getting these frames in. What, about less than 3 weeks to have this shop fully done. Not a big deal, but I'm very busy. I'm shipping out fish all the time, as well as selling fish and everything else we're doing with all the ponds. Realistically, there's just not enough time. I end up struggling with this, so I'm trying to get in a few hours here and there with every job, not finishing any job, which is not great, to be honest. It's really not. It's all I can really do at the moment, so I'm giving this till 11 o'clock. Then I'm packing fish to send, so the actual collect them at 1:30 today.
Then I'm going to video and photograph fish to try and sell today, as well as probably working some ponds at home and just stagger the day until 5 o'clock, and then go and get Mikey from nursery. And then at 7 o'clock, I'm training MMA. So it's the whole day from 7 in the morning till 9:30 at night. It is very much like structured. Just hard going. I'm not complaining about it. I do enjoy it. I add more stuff onto my day that doesn't need to be done, but it is hard going. That wall is going to get cladded in wood. This behind here is going to get cladded in wood. In this, the 62 that I've been using at home. I really like it. I like that barn look. So I'm going to clad that whole side there up until the tiles, and then all this side. But yeah, and probably redo all the cladding on the front of that pond as well, so it matches. And then obviously the 3 ponds in here are going to be finished as well. So I'm going to move all this junk over now, all this mouldy wood and stuff, and try and get the first frame in. So it is 5 to 11, so I'm going to have to stop for the minute, but I would like to try and get back later on and do a bit more. If you see these braces I'm putting across the bottom, I'm doing it on all of them so that the bottoms can't give way, because the stud lines behind the ply don't line up with where I'm doing the framing. So if I do a piece on the bottom and a piece on the top, all the way down, the pressure can't burst. You can actually see what I'm trying to do now. So each pond is equal. It's going to work really well. It'll allow us to hold fish a bit better, because as I say, last year we had over 1,000 sold fish over winter, and it was hard work. So the more ponds in the shop, the better. Even though this was one big pond, I'm not just going to start throwing everything in one pond, because that's just silly. So having them in 3 separate units, jump guards in between, it'll work very well, hopefully. There's me stud coming together now, and hopefully I might be able to get at least a stud finished today if I can find some time to get back later on. Crocs on, of course, always got the Crocs on. Wow, it has been a very non-stop day. It is now 20 past 4. I've got to go and get Mikey at 5 o'clock, only around the corner. I managed to get this stud finished. Obviously needs plyboard over the top of it, and then you can see what I'm doing with the king span, which is going to sit on top of the 4x2 to make that flush. So I'm not having a void behind. Work all the way around. So obviously I'm not going to get any more done on this today, but I really did want to sort of get at least the framing done, which I have managed to do. So now it's ply, insulation, liners, insulation on the floor as well. So not too bad. I'm quite happy at least got that far today. I did intend to get more done, but you know how it is, it just doesn't happen. But I need to get some fish sorted, so I need to empty that main tank in the window now into this bowl, sort out what's sold and what's not sold, and move stuff around. But as I say, I've got like 35 minutes, so I might have to come back with Mikey. Just walking into training now. Today has been absolutely manic, but I've really got a lot done, and I'm quite happy about that, because some days you can work all day but not really feel like anything's been done. So I love the days when I get a lot done, and today I have. So that's all good. And I missed a lot of the video as well, to be honest, because I was doing so much. I actually haven't videoed as much as I probably should have. I'm just trying not to fall down them very steep stairs. But anyway, what I wanted to say was everything we do and we can do is because of the support of you lot. It means a lot to me. We grow, we've never stopped growing. From day one, we've been expanding the business, and we continue to do so. This is going to be a behemoth. I learned that word this week, behemoth of a business. It's going to be a massive koi business in the UK with your best interests at heart. It's what we've always done. It's why our customers keep coming back. I want to say thank you. Hopefully you keep supporting us. Get involved on the Sunday auctions, even if you're just commenting, it does mean a lot. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Hit the like and subscribe.